And listen up. Callous fingers had a mind of their own, and the whole room would listen as he sat there alone, working strings like a puppet, your pedal behind the pedal. Dictator of 6 men that would always go to battle and sit up in the saddle for this one kid, playing for hours on end, really put the time in, making every second count. Every pattern was designed with intricate intelligence, musical sentences. He wouldn't care if the whole world died, as long as he had a guitar by his side and a brain full of knowledge to formulate a rhyme. A future full of fame had never crossed his mind. First met love at the age of 13, married a year later and started the whole thing. But his parents had decided to confiscate the ring. They saw their only son as a dedicated scholar, and music wouldn't get him into Harvard.
Instrumentality. I didn't care what my parents had planned for me. I knew with my guitar I would have made it far. They'd see that it all comes back to my instrumentality.
You see, his father was a doctor and his mother was a lawyer. Their pride was so intense that they could never be supporters. All he needed musically was middle school recorders. Never even listened to a single song recorded. Made their minds up where he was going to college. He never had a say, didn't understand the logic, so he shouted out, "I wanna make music for a living." That's when his parents knew what they'd do to convince him. They took his old guitar and smashed it over the floor in the kitchen. Now he's wishing that God would finally listen. 4 years later, he's in prison for drugs, 'cause a heart's not a heart when you remove all the love. You can blame it on his parents for how he is today. Just look at how they handled and deprived him, what a shame. Imagine if he followed his dreams and just played. After all, that's what this world is trying to say. Hey,
it comes back to my instrumentality. I didn't care what my parents had planned for me. I knew with my guitar I would have made it far. They'd see it all comes back to my instrumentality.